before? Did you think you was gonna make it to 21?
Mm-mm.
You feeling like that's a possibility now?
Mm-hmm.
In the school and in the community, you solve your conflicts through violence, and that's the way the world evolved. I knew, a lot of times that if we just had a place to talk and work it out, and we could save the student, we could save the teacher, we can save the disrespect, that it could be resolved peacefully. To have that not exist was really kind of like really hurt.
As a judge, I take an oath to follow the law. And so imposing a sentence in a criminal matter is something that I would do. We were getting a lot of kids in the court. They would have disciplinary problems at the school, and the schools would call the police. We would punish people, and then they would get out, go back into their communities, and within a very short period of time, they were recidivating. And it was just appalling to me to see 70% of those youth in a very short period of time, I'm talking 3 to 6 months, return to the system after they had been punished. Something was wrong.
Restorative Justice for Oakland Youth is a project of a fiscal sponsor of community initiatives. Our mission is to interrupt youth cycles of violence, incarceration, and wasted lives by promoting a cultural shift away from punitive responses and toward restorative responses. We have chosen to focus on building restorative justice practices and values in schools, a really critical point of entry.
Jasmine, when I first met her, was a very innocent young girl. She pretty much followed all the rules.
I just acted like the other students, or even worse.
She was one of the feistiest students that I had. I mean, get all in their faces aggressively and talk bad to them.
All conflicts were dealt with firm hand by the administration. Incident happens, you get suspension, you come back to school, the conflict reoccurred again, and more suspension happened.
We don't get to the bottom of the fights, we just suspend them. It's a misconception that if I punish this kid hard enough, they won't do what I punished them for doing. The only interaction that these kids are having one-on-one with teachers is when they're getting in trouble. And that's what the outside world too. They don't have cops pulling up to them, asking them, are they having a good day today? They walk over dead bodies on their way to and from school every single day. And nobody stops and asks them, are they okay?
Studies show that when youth are expelled or suspended from school, their chances of engaging in violence and of being incarcerated skyrocket. The idea is to create alternatives to zero tolerance. They simply have a chance to communicate.
So I think what I've done and why have I done it? Like stealing, talking about inappropriate stuff, not being respectful.
Where did you learn that behavior?
Learn my lesson.
I found with doing restorative justice work, we interrupt that cycle. At first it's wowing to them. It's like unbelievable that this man is asking me about my personal life in a way that seems like he